And we are live. Oh, but the cameras are in the wrong places. Because I am not playing one of the characters. Quickly fix the cameras. I thought we were all players last time. I guess not. While I'm fixing the cameras, though, who wants to do a recap?
I can do a recap, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, since we were basically doing a trial for me. So last time um, we did some downtime stuff, and then where I got a crown gorn thing, which is a relic system thing we have in Pathfinder. And then we went to Japan because Kaito was awarded a reward for the mission we did against Orochi. Orochi, I mean.
Orochi.
Orochi. Uh, and we took the team with us, and due to earlier shenanigans with Zara, we all got business class or first class on the plane, which was fun. We also went to we met with Honda-san, who has been a recurring NPC in DIREWOLF, who also knows Kaito relatively well. And we got to a house in Kyoto where we were spending the night. We also met Yumi Yamanaka, who's the niece of one of the leaders of Seimei. And it was here we found out that the ceremony that we were going to do is different from the other ceremony that we were going to do, because there's apparently two things Kaito got, which was one of the official kind of medals things, and then a trial thing. So that's fun. The evening went well. Kane met like one of the weird spirits that's in the area and gave them a part of a cigar. And then the next day we were going to go to the trial, but then the trial started when Kaito drank some tea and stuff, and he basically went into a dream state where he was investigating a murder in the back streets. So that was very interesting because he had to sort of figure out what was going on. There was like claw marks and what was this, and then he went into a room where there were a lot of props and pictures along the walls, and he had to put them in the correct order and play a song that told the story. Meta-wise, we got some help from the other players as well. Which was very interesting. And then we managed to resolve that story, which sort of showed about like a dog monster thing and some samurai. And then we got into the last area, which was sort of a backyard where there was a shadowy dog thing, which Kaito, I say fought against, but that's not really what happened. We figured out we had to seal them with these paper things. I can't forget what that's actually called. And it turned into a tiny little dog statue, a Komainu. It was very cute, and I'm so sad it was part of a dream and not a real one that I could adopt. And then managed to befriend it, which is sort of what we were meant to be doing, even though like that was against the mission. And then he woke up, and he had passed the trial. One of the things we got as well as part of this was the house that we were staying in. That is now ours, or Kaito's, and we can use that when in Japan, because Kaito's also meant to be doing some task force stuff there in between things. Yeah. And now we have some downtime in Japan before we go home.
Yes. Pardon me. Thank you. So yeah, you are indeed in Japan. And camera, auto, director. There you go. And you have this this wonderful estate that you can use freely. And as mentioned, you have some downtime. The handing over of the medal that you are going to receive is in a couple of days. Let's say it's in 4 days. And of course, you can stay in Japan a bit after that as well.
You said 2 days last session.
Oh, I did? Okay, then it's in 2 days.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, potato, potato.
I could just see that at the bottom of the session notes.
It's 4 days in Fey World. I don't know. 2 days. Yeah, it's in 2 days. Thank you. And yeah, you can still stay in Japan after that, of course. So yeah. With that, you are free to do what you want in Japan. You have just the last thing we did was you passed the trial and was awarded the house. And I know I moved you all to your bedrooms on this map, but technically, Rai, you were also given a vehicle at the Seimei HQ, if you wanted. So let us start with just following the player list order. If anyone knows what they want to do. If you don't, you can skip your turn and maybe get some ideas from the others, just so you're aware. Starting at the top is Zara.
Yeah, I was doing some research, I believe. I don't know how far I got into that last session, but on the Shimigami.
Yes.
So that will
Yeah,
be...
so you were given access to their library.
So that's where I want to go to
Yeah.
do some research.
Yeah. Yeah, so you were in the HQ because Honda drove you all to the HQ while Kaito was in Dream World. So when Rai goes off to find a vehicle, you are followed to the library. And when you get in, it's almost like it almost looks like a school library. And Honda, I guess it's Honda, is following you. He explains that this is the public-ish section. It's for applicants and junior agents and that kind of situation. Cena, I guess. Yes, at a nerd convention, saw my name on a Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering card. I have that framed in the other room. That card. But yes. He then follows you a bit to the further back into a doorway into a stairwell and unlocks the sorry, that's a bit loud. Unlocks the door and follows you into the stairwell where you go down a floor, and then you enter a grand library, and this looks kind of like the library in the desert in Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you know what that looks like, where it's it's not so much spread outwards as it is down. It's like a inverted tower sort of going down. And you can see down like at least 30 floors down in this shaft of a library with many floors. And he says to you that he says to you that the locations of the books are a bit, well, let's just say I don't understand the sorting. But luckily each floor has an index that you can look up. And there are also helpful spirits here for any questions.
Oh, like actual spirits, like librarian spirits?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, wow. Seems like
And
we have a lot to learn from you guys.
he waves towards the closest bookshelf, and you see at the end of the bookshelf, facing the hall, there's like a little bell attached to it. If you need assistance, just ring one of the bells.
All right. Cool. And Sarah's gonna go and like look around a little bit first, and says, okay, I have an idea. And she's going to find a place in peace, and she's going to basically summon one of these spirits with a persistent servant.
Okay. So, right. Yes, I recognize that spell, just with a different name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you don't get one of the libraries, though, but you do get a spirit that does seem... sorry, you don't get one of the librarians, but you do get a spirit that comes, and, you do get the sense that they are local, though. It's a local spirit. And it is unseen, but you can just you get like the hairs on your arms stand up, and you like just have a feeling that it's there, and inside you, and like inside you get the feeling that it's there next to you, and like subtle just like shifts in the shadows makes you glance over, but you don't actually see anything, but you're certain it's there, awaiting an order.
Okay. Then it is to help me find any books or anything mentioning the Shinigami, death Shinigami, I don't know.
Subtle, like, because the library is still decorated with like candles and cloths and stuff, and just subtle little gestures or like twitches in the cloth and the candle flames and stuff gives you the sense that it's ran off in a direction. And
it goes over, pulls the bell for a library spirit. Library spirit comes and helps your spirit.
Let's see, because yeah, so you don't actually have any kind of telepathy or anything, so he will have to come back and tell you if it finds anything.
Yeah.
So while you're waiting, you look around, you do see the index cabinets, and you see that on every floor there is like seating areas spread around where you can sit and relax and read.
So I'm going to put some effort into getting a comfortable place to sit down as I'm awaiting my delivery of books.
Mm.
I think also I'm going to check online to see like some common reference material and to basically get like, and then I have my my Japanese to English phrase book to help me like translate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you sit and relax, and after after about 20-ish minutes, you see a book comes. At first you think it's
flying.
Yeah, at first you think
Yeah.
it's flying, but then you notice it's like bobbing a bit, like it's being carried above someone in an invisible head.
Mm-hmm.
And no, no, no. Yeah, and the book comes and flops onto your table.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the cover, it's obviously in Japanese. But since you mentioned you had your phone out already, you can use legally distinct Poogle Translate.
Yeah.
And just use your camera to get the cover name. And it seems like this book is not specifically about Shinigami or Death Gods, but it does seem to be a book about religious practices involving funerals.
Well, then it's a good place to start, I suppose.
So yeah, while you begin to skim that book, at least, we will go over to the next person and come back to you.
Yeah.
Rye.
So the first day, Rai's not gonna do anything especially interesting. She's mostly going to go hang out with family she hasn't seen in a while, chill out,
Yeah.
do that. When we get on the other side of the medal giving out, I have things she wants to do.
Yeah. So I will also just let you know the estate. It's obviously not on the map because the map is medieval/feudal.
Yeah.
But the estate does have a car park, just so you a parking spot, just so you are aware.
Yeah, it's just off the map.
Yeah, it's just off the map. But just so that you are aware, it has to be said, it does have parking.
Just down here by the porch.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to visit family.
Yes. She visits her dad and uncle.
Yeah. So you text your dad saying that you're free and ready to visit, and you get a message back that says go to Sobeys.
Yeah.
And you know that's
Go to Sobeys.
you know that he's talking about the workshop and not his house. That's just
I mean, his house is just the second floor of the workshop.
Yeah. And yeah, I didn't prepare very many NPCs, but I did give you a scene for this.
Oh, damn.
So I will just spit you all out and remove. Well, actually, hang on. Stop walking. I'll spit you all out so that you can all see. That's probably the easiest. And yeah, so the main entrance is over here. But you know the pin code to the entrance here. So I'll just unlock that for you. which is like a garage door that you lift up. And it's a bit of a lazy day. Let's have a quick look at the notes, actually, which simple calendar. It is a Wednesday. It's a bit of a lazy Wednesday. So there's not many people in, but you do see your uncle is at or rather you see his feet. You're assuming it's him. And you see his feet sticking out from under a car.
No one else would wear that gaudy shoes in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneak over and kick underneath his foot.
He begins a curse word and headbutts the bottom of the car, and it turns into a yelp instead. As he slides out on his trolley and stands up, and he's about to go like, and then he sees it's you, and it turns into a hug instead.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't need to go into too much details or like RP, but he basically says it's so good to see you, and it's been a long time.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just hanging out, having a good time, helping out with cars, going out to eat some nice stuff later on.
So yeah, before you get to do any of that, he wants to show you around, because it's been a while. He's got some new tools and stuff, like new power tools that he wants to show you, of course. And just gives you a tour of the workshop and what's changed since last time.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't been here for about 2 years in real time.
Yeah. So yeah, he shows you around and also shows you a beauty of a vehicle that came in, this one. And then basically, yes, catches up, and I'd say you spend about a bit over an hour with him before your dad comes along, NG. And you can of course correct me if I'm wrong, but I have the feeling that like your dad is more like comes and gives you a polite bow and maybe a handshake, while your uncle is more like arm over the shoulder. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your dad is more on the like yeah, you look good, you're eating well over there, the food isn't horrible in England, kind of, you know, a bit more on the stricter side. Still warm and caring, of course, but like a parent should be. More almost more worried than anything else. But yeah, you get to spend some time with them and go out for dinner in one of the local places that they know you really enjoy. And yeah, in after dinner though, NG, your father, he says, daughter, there's something we need to talk about. Not here, but
Oh.
I do not want you to leave as soon as we are done here at the restaurant. Let us return to Sobeys.
Sounds good.
But I do not wish to spoil the mood anymore. Waiter! And he calls for some desserts. And before we continue there, we'll go to the next person, Jeremiah. Jeremiah is muted.
There we go. Yes, I was reminded by Sarah that I was also headed to the library to do some research, some studies.
Yeah, you would have probably gone together then.
That makes sense.
Yep.
And yeah, on the way I explained to Honda that I am looking into the binding of particular spirit. I'm investigating it even, and I know that this happened in America, but I know that the original performer of this binding was well traveled, and I'm wondering if any of the arts catalogued by the same A might give me any insight into this occurrence.
Yeah. So before he leaves, he will go over to a trolley that's right near the entrance. And he crouches down and like scans all the covers and then pulls out one that's quite close to the top from the stack and gives it to you and says, this is at least a good start.
Thank you.
And he doesn't like translate the cover, but he explains that it is the book that he recently borrowed to freshen up his memory on the binding ritual that Kaito had to perform in her dream.
Nice. Yeah, I thank him appropriately. And get to translating, I suppose. As much as reading.
Yeah, so you also have to use Poogle Translate or whatever it's called in this world. And sit down. And one thing you quickly learn is that the generic bindings, basically like a binding circle, is what you because Honda was explaining everything that was happening while Kaito was in the dream.
Yeah.
So you know that circle is in Japan they use these paper talismans that they can stick to objects, place them out in a circle, or stick them directly to creatures to help bind them. But these all seem like more or less like handcuffs. They're not like a long-term solution. They don't bind the spirit or the soul in servitude, kind of. So you don't think what you're looking for is in this book, but as a summoner, learning the rituals here anyway could possibly be like a good idea. Still.
Yep. Yeah, and also just learning more principles of the thing might let me extrapolate things later.
Yeah,
can't hurt. Nice.
So yeah, you begin studying that book, and then we will move over to Kaito.
Yes. Probably first do some like I'm buying at least like a relic seed thingy with agent points, but like lore wise, I would imagine it's more of a I'm gonna take a trip on the first day back to my hometown. It is a bit away, so I tell the rest that they're probably gonna come back the next day. Because it's like a 4-hour drive. He might get there close if he does like a plane. Doesn't matter. But yeah, he's going to Matsue, And like the Iagaki shrine, he's in there, catch up with like family because several of his family members also run the shrine, I suspect. Hang out with them a bit. Do a bit more like he hasn't really shown himself to be very religious to the rest of the group. Beyond like he is from a shrine with Susano. But in here he sort of goes into the bit more kind of what is he been grown up with, like the kind of rituals and like things he tends to do in the shrine and stuff to Susano, as well as sort of in a way prayer, quote unquote, what he would explain as I'm updating the god on the thing. Even though Susano probably knows. But doing it in a little bit more quote unquote official way. At the same time, he is going to go into probably records and stuff that the shrine has itself. And because now that we know a lot more about Orochi, he's going to see if there's any clues or hints or anything that can help them in the future from a more clerical point of view. But yeah, that's what he's doing on his first day.
Yep.
Hanging out with family as well.
Yeah, of course. So when you do arrive at the shrine, the other servants of the shrine and Mikos and stuff, they obviously come and greet you and ask how it's been on your travels and stuff. As you said, some of them are actual family and the others are like family, so you feel very like welcomed back. And the head of the shrine comes over to you and gives a nice deep bow and says to you that they would like to have a brief word with you when you have time.
I bow back and I sort of yes. I will make time soon. Thank you. And sort of drops off whatever duffel bag he had with like some items to stay there for the night.
Yeah. Now, one thing that you do know is that in the shrine, not all of the people working there know about the supernatural or about Seimei, or the actual existence of spirits. Though most people there are, since they work in the shrine, are very much like awakened and while they might not know that, for example, Oni and dragons are real, they might at least be aware of Kodama and the miners' spirits and fully believe them and know they're real. But there are a handful of people working here and Mikos that are fully aware and know of Seimei and everything. So you just know that like you can't speak like fully open in like all the premises of the shrine, but you do know that there are lots of people here you can speak openly to.
I am keeping myself in my human form.
Yeah. Because it is a public shrine. There are civilians that come to visit as well. So, but yeah, there are also closed sections, and one of the closed sections is only for the more higher ranking people, and in that section, that you can actually deform, and but you're currently just going around talking to people and like the sections where you can be your true self is more like a staff area kind of thing. The actual main shrine is still public, so you have to, when you're like praying, you have to be in human form.
Yeah, Kaito's used to this. It's not a problem for him.
And there's a lot of friends and co-workers who want to chat with you and ask how it's been and ask stories and stuff. Because while most of them are aware of the supernatural, there are a couple of friends you have here who's not. But everyone knows that you traveled to England.
Yeah, Kavasor is probably something along the lines of like, I am doing a sort of cultural exchange thing.
Yeah. So they of course want to hear everything about it and hear about London and England.
I probably brought some trinkets, like the typical tourists.
Oh yeah, like a keychain with a red bus. Yeah. Where's mine?
I got a bunch of that.
I think I have. It's not a keychain, but I have a Lego one.
Nice.
A Lego double-decker.
Nice.
Yeah. So you start mingling and telling people stories and also hearing some stories like who got married, who broke up, who had kids, all the what happened in town, and all the tea. Yes, the green tea. And then while you're doing that, we'll go back to Zara. You and Jeremiah are sat in quiet, reading each of your respective books for a while, and Zara, you after reading through this book, you understand it's mostly about the rituals in terms of funerals. It's not a super modern book. I'd say it's about 40 years old, maybe. So it's not quite up to date with like. I mean, it's mostly up to date, of course, because things haven't changed that much in 40 years. But it's in terms of the services and rituals, at least. But it does go back quite far. It covers like the modern rituals and services, and it also goes back into feudal Japan and the earlier days. And then it even actually goes back even further back into some of the earliest rituals with like Bronze Age kind of period. Some of the earliest rituals, and something that you quickly discover as well is that this is a veil book, i.e., it speaks the truth. And some of the earliest rituals mention that for more respected people and higher ranked people in like the Bronze Age and early Iron Ages and stuff, the summoning of a Shinigami was often part of the ritual. A local priest would call one forth and basically negotiate safe passage for the departed with offerings, sort of. This is a tradition that kind of died out and over the years, and it became more that the loved ones would just offer in general to the gods at a shrine, rather than actually summoning an envoy, right? And you see that that's a ritual that kind of died out over the years, but it was way more normal back then to summon a Shinigami to escort the soul. And you also learn that like the way they define him is not like a Grim Reaper. He comes and collects souls, but more like an envoy, someone who comes to hold the hand of the dead person and guide them.
Yeah.
So it's framed much more like an escort or an envoy than a Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, you don't learn any like specifics from this book of like.
So, by the way, another thing that could be an interesting angle here is that remember, Zara is a Duskwalker, so has a very unique relationship to Shinigamis or to death, right? Because a Shinigami is like in Pathfinder terms is like similar to a Nosoi, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Psychopomps, basically. Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's in the Galarian universe, at least.
Yeah, exactly. In the Galarian universe, yeah. So yeah, for Zara, because I want to kind of just add to the fact that Zara's main reason, obviously, for researching this is because of that specific Shinigami that we found, but her secondary is definitely, Ren is definitely her own connections to death.
So yeah, while you're reading as well, you don't notice it, but when you're finished and you're like, okay, it was interesting read, but it didn't really give you any of the answers you wanted. You notice that your unseen servants is not there right now.
I sort of look around, realizing that's a stupid thing to do, and then try to just command it to return.
You command it and you wait about like 5 to 10 minutes, and you get the sense. Well, you don't get the sense. You see a little piece of paper comes back, wobbling along, and is put down on the table in front of you, which you unfold. And it's very crudely written because it doesn't have great manual dexterity. In fact, it specifically says it's doomed to fail.
It doesn't.
So it's written like a child writing with crayon. Like big letters, yeah. And it just says too heavy with spelling mistakes, like HEVY.
Okay. Then I command it to hold the piece of paper and guide me in the direction of where this thing is.
Yep. So yeah, you stand up and you start following this piece of paper, and as you start going down some stairs to the next floor down, and as you're walking around, you have the realization that you don't actually see any of the librarians either. You were told that they are there, but you can't see any of them. You just notice that it's eerily empty, this library.
Hey, yikes.
But you go down 2 floors down, so you're -3 now. And you get to a spot where the piece of paper, you can tell that your spirit is like holding it almost like an arrow as it's turning its head. You see the paper is just like as it seems a bit confused. It looks like it's looking at the floor, it's looking around, and then it suddenly hops a bit and looks back up at the bookshelf. And he starts tapping the paper against a large tome. And by large, I mean it's about like this tall, like almost as big as your chest, and like you can almost not get your fingers around the spine. Like you need to stretch your
Oh
fingers.
god. I think Zara.
And you are still in your human form.
Oh,
damn.
that was in the human form.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Whatever you do, don't into your fey form.
Okay, so I will separate from my shadow, and with the help of my shadow, I will lift this book carefully.
Yeah.
So it's very odd because it's like into two, and then it's like me and my shadow like doing like from both sides.
That's fine. And you do find another seating area on this floor. As I said, they're on every floor, so
yeah.
You don't need to carry it far.
Good.
But you plop it down on the table and translate the cover, and it seems to be an in-depth book on the gods, their emissaries, their soldiers, and their servants. And there is a entire chapter dedicated to each and every one of the gods. At first you think it's like, oh, it's all the Japanese gods, but then you just randomly flick to further back and you'll find like, oh wait, no, that's a Greek god. And then you quickly like just skip through it and you find out, no, it's literally every single god is in this book, and they each have their own chapter.
Every single god, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The text is written in font size 4.
I mean, it is kind of Bible-like in like how the papers is extra thin and the text is also really small, just so it's.
Is it written in Japanese?
You actually tell that there's like, it's kind of like a mix. Whoever wrote this obviously knew many languages, or it's written by multiple people. It is mostly Japanese, especially in the Japanese gods section. But you do see that there is like, when you saw the Greek one, it's like there is Japanese, like the main body of the text is Japanese, but then there's like side boxes and footnotes in Greek and English and in Latin and everything.
Wow. Good job to whoever wrote this.
Yeah.
Probably some sort of god of bookkeeping or god of I don't know, history. Maybe it's hell. Hell. From a certain, maybe it's from another campaign in favor, perhaps. maybe it's a little boy.
It's yeah. It's the cover is black. No.
Yeah.
No. Enough jokes, inside jokes. But no, you. Yeah, it's quite grand. You're not quite sure where to start because you are looking for not a specific god, but as you learned, an envoy.
I will FaceTime Lore, and I will say, "Hey, Lore, can I just like quickly show you a bunch of pages, and then you'll tell me if you see some mentions about this, or this."
Lore asks you to turn to the appendix in the back.
No, Lore does answer, and he says, give me a moment and I shall assist. And he hangs up.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you get a new call from, and you see your screen actually glitches out a bit, but it says it's Lore.
Yeah. I answer.
Yeah.
Hello?
You answer, and you have seen this face before, but it's such a rare occasion it takes you a while to remember, because the face you see is a Mairiti, an alien, not Lore. So you're a bit shocked for a moment, and then it comes back to you, and you remember, oh, this is Lore's hologram.
Yeah, the one he can project through. Yeah.
He can project it through his book. So this is a Mairiti species, the aliens, which made Lore. And And the face in the thing does speak perfectly English to you, and explains that basically explains, not in such meta words, but it basically explains that Lord just hooked his spellbook up to Facebook, up to FaceTime. And explains that while Lore can multitask, this book is much more efficient at indexing.
Mm-hmm.
And can easily help you scan and translate the pages.
Yeah, good, excellent, fantastic, amazing. Let's do that then.
And you put in your headset and somehow manage to mount your phone onto one of the desk lamps, so it's facing down, and just start going through. And you do find that there is a after briefly scanning through and reading some of the gods, you notice one of the gods references Shinigami, and it says "see page," and then a page number, and then you go all the way to the last chapter, or not chapter, but the last section, because it's all divided into sections as well. The last section, which is all about divine creatures that do not belong to specific gods, or divine agents that serve multiple gods. And in this section, you finally find a chapter on Shinigami. Actually, I think the reference page that sent you here would have been maybe one of the known death gods, like Kali or Anubis, or similar, would have sent you here eventually. And you get to this page and you start reading up on Shinigami. But before you get any answers, we will go back to Rai, who finish your meal and your dessert, and you finish up the bottle of sake that you had ordered for the table for all three of you that you were sharing, and head back to the workshop, which is not too far away, about 15-minute walk from the restaurant. And you arrive at the car workshop, and your father says to you that you really should visit your mother as well while you're here.
Yeah. I mean, that's the plan. I was going to ask where she is right now.
You know, always doing her research. She is still in the plane of air.
Right. Well, I will see if I can't get that done tomorrow then.
Now, I did check before you arrived, and there are no portals directly open, so you'd have to go through the Sealy.
Yeah, that was about as expected.
How has work been? What rank are you? He asks.
Work's been fine. It's been... Well, we've been doing a lot of stuff I can't talk about. I can't remember what rank she's actually been promoted to.
It's fine. It's you tell him your rank. It's good enough. And he Well, with all the crazy stuff happening these days, and there's been some wild portals and stuff opening, you'll probably need permission from an officer or something to go there.
Right. So it's not gonna be a quick trip to visit Mom, is what you're saying.
Luckily, you have one of those people with you, because you know that Kaito is that rank.
Yeah, that's practical.
But basically, he's saying you must gather your party before venturing forth.
Well, so not tomorrow then. Great.
Perhaps. Or maybe tomorrow.
No, I'll definitely try to go and visit Mom.
Conveniently, also, Kaito just left town, so you can't go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Explicitly isn't coming home until probably later tomorrow. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, then not tomorrow, I guess. Then it'll be the other thing tomorrow. But yeah, she promises to make sure that she can go visit Mom as well, and ask if he knows, a more exact location of where Mom is at the moment.
Yeah, he said...
Knowing that the realm of air is ever mutable and putting exact locations on it is hard.
Yeah, that's very much true. You can look forward to what I've prepped for the realm of air.
Oh joy.
But yeah, he says that she is well known in the community in the realm of air now. So as soon as you arrive in the capital there, he'll make sure there's a guide waiting for you.
Okay, that's good at least.
So without going too much into the realm of air right now, I will let you know that there are just the fundamental way the realm of air works. There are originally the realm of air was literally just air, clouds. There is moisture, so there are like rain and stuff like that, but there's no bottom, no top. It's just an infinite sky. The natives there are natives, all like native plant life and stuff, is like floating plants. They suck moisture out of the air to grow. Animals, everything, every single thing there can fly. And when they sleep as well, they enter like a dormant float and just, and usually like park themselves inside a cloud. So everything can naturally float. There are some sapient tribes as well, as in intelligent tribes of species that build their quote-unquote houses on the backs of giant flying creatures. And that's where they have their houses and stuff, which are usually built out of weaves made out of the plants or bones and that kind of stuff, because there's no stone, there's no trees. So it's all built out of bone and plant weave. However, when teleportation and plane traveling was discovered, people from other realms, such as our own, started to realize that, hey, we need houses here as well. And they actually teleported and migrated over land masses, which were then enchanted to float. So there are floating islands, but they're all non-native. They were brought over. And the capital that your father mentioned is a rather large city that has been man-made in the plane of air for non-natives.
I look forward to visiting that.
Yeah. So that is just a brief insight into the plane of air, and also you, as someone who has been there before as well, you do know that being in the plane of air, gravity is less than Earth. So bring your heavy boots. But yeah, that's a brief insight into that place.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Everybody's ready for that?
Moving on, Jeremiah.
Yes.
You you were reading up on the binding, and this specific book you think is while it was an interesting and useful read, it doesn't help you much with your specific inquiries. And you'd probably need to
delve deeper.
Because one thing that you realize from this book is that in Japan, there's not... It doesn't seem like it's a very normal thing to bind spirits or angels or anything related, like, into objects or into servitude. You do read in the book that you read something that gives you a bit of a hint about the estate, actually, because you do find out that most of usually in Japan, to get a spirit to serve you, you placate the spirit. You make them happy. You make them like you with offerings, such as the Kodama in the house that you met. He probably has it very well. Like, the garden is well taken care of, the house is well taken care of, and so in turn he will offer his services as well. You do learn of one specific kind of spirit which is normal to bind. Is something called the Shikigami. I'll write it in the chat for you. Shikigami are most often bound to a small piece of paper, folded to look vaguely like a human. And but they can also be bound to other forms and stuff, but that's the most normal, is to bind them to paper. And they are kind of protectors. Like, even in their bound form, they don't mind it as long as they have something to protect. So you would often stick these paper people to, for example, you could stick it to a tree, and it would protect the tree and the garden. You could stick it to like a clay pot, and it would protect all the artists' stuff, like the ceramics and stuff in a house. And they enjoy this. They enjoy the protecting and making sure that it's maintained. And they, even if they, like... One funny thing that you realize, though, that they are not slaves, they're not bound. Because if a Shikigami at some point learns to hate their master or their environment, they will take whatever they are protecting and leave and find a better place. So if you get a Shikigami to protect your car and they don't like you, they'll drive off. Like, no joke.
Lol.
But that is something that you do learn, and you do, while you obviously haven't practiced it, you're not capable of, you can't just do it at a will, you do learn the ritual to bind a Shikigami.
Neat.
So, I'm not sure where rituals are recorded on your character sheet, but you can actually write down Shikigami.
Great question. I'll figure it out.
If you go to the spellcasting tab, you have known spells, rituals, and activations.
Nice.
Ooh.
Just add a new one called Shikigami, and we can fill out the details later.
Yes. Nice.
So yeah, but apart from Shikigami, it's not that normal to bind spirits to people or objects. You usually just appease them and make friends. Though in this book, it does mention that there are accounts of evil or malicious spirits being bound, but that is not covered in this book.
Right.
I mean, they would also be more sealed than bound.
Yeah.
Probably true. Right.
There's actually, it would probably be canon in this world, although I'm not sure how much your character would know of it. Though it is an international thing, so it is in America too, so you might have, but there's a very famous manga and anime about a certain massive demon fox being sealed inside the stomach of a small child.
True.
Yeah,
And
probably
that is
not relevant.
That's my cue. I'm afraid I gotta run.
That's fine. You're doing research, so so yeah. And now all the cameras are messed up. I will just turn all players. Oh, that doesn't work. Studio mode. Let me just quickly DIREWOLF players. That'll do. Just turn the players off for today. So yeah, Jeremiah is doing research. Then we go back to Kaito. Kaito there.
Yes. Kaito probably by this point has done catching up, at least initial catch up, and goes to the one that wanted to talk to him.
I will fix this after all, because I don't like not having cameras. Yeah, so you go to the wrong button. You go to the head.
You go to the wrong button.
Oh, that's right. Camera one. So yeah, you go to the head, and they ask you follow them to the private section where you can speak freely. And when you get there, they say first they want to congratulate you on your success dealing with not one but two of the heads.
Thank you. I could not have done it without my team.
May I ask a leading question?
Yep.
Do Kaito know and recognize this person?
I mean, Kaito would. It's Kaito's boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you thought this was a sneaky DM is doing some shenanigans.
I was just very curious. It sounded like it could go in both directions here.
I would have known this person for like 20 years, probably.
So yeah, they say they congratulate you on that, and also on, wow, I've already forgotten myself what I called it, but basically congratulating you on becoming a paladin, the trials you did, as well.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
They
Hachio Shugosha.
Thank you. Yes, Hachio Shugosha. So yeah, he congratulates you on becoming a Shugosha, because that is like the class or the job. Hachio Shugosha is the specific one for this temple. Yeah, congratulations to you on becoming that, and says politely says, like, I am sure Susano is most pleased as well. As you are probably aware, with this title comes a responsibility too, one which you have already been fulfilling, so there's nothing new. But you are, of course, still tasked with hunting down the other remaining heads.
Of course.
Now I have been granted permission to give you some more information about the remaining heads.
Oh, indeed. Kaito leans forward a bit curious, because this is one of the things he wanted here, so...
And, let's see, I just need to... Direwolf? Yeah, characters, I put it on. So yeah, the team that separated Orochi some years ago, they sent Orochi to 8 different planes of existence, hoping that it would never converge again. It was a last effort kind of thing, since it was the combined Orochi was too difficult to deal with, and separating them to the planes was really the only option. Could they have destroyed the heads when separated? They would have, but they had to split it and send it off as fast as possible. Otherwise, there could have been devastating consequences.
Right.
The 2 that you reported destroyed was Kaminari and Yami, Thunder and Darkness, as you know. And he can tell you where the other heads are.
Oh,
each of
that
them.
would be very useful.
So, he tells you that Rokuban, number 6, known as Kaze, is in the wind dimension.
A wind dimension.
Which at the moment you don't know that a party member actually wants to visit.
Yep.
Yeah.
The plane of air. Goban, number 5, also known as Akaishi, is in the Earth dimension.
Will you give us all of this in text form as well?
I can.
Thank you.
Yomban, also known as Suki, is in the Water dimension. Sanban, number 3, also known as Kaien, is in the Fire dimension.
Okay.
The second strongest of the heads, Niban, also known as Ikari, was sent to hell, literally.
Right.
Hey, wow.
Right. Kind of just not looking forward to going to hell to deal with one of the heads.
I mean, if we just deal with 6 of them, we can leave the other 2, right? That's not a problem.
I mean, what you learned in the Seelie and Unseelie were that the heads were absorbing their planes and becoming stronger, so it's probably not a good idea to leave them.
Leaving them is a bad idea.
We don't need hell.
The final, Ichiban, the strongest head, was the only head that they didn't send away, per se. It was contained on Earth, but without the other heads, they didn't really know what to do with it quite yet. So it was taken to Sekhmet.
Ah.
So Ichiban, also known as Yurei, is in Sekhmet's subdomain.
Right.
That seems like a great idea.
Well, let's hope it doesn't break out or anything. Good to know. Good to know, because then if we can pick off the ones in the other dimensions with strike teams.
And there is some information here that I don't want you to have, so I will have to just edit the list a bit.
All good.
But yeah, so that's where each of them are.
Right. Okay, that is helpful. It does give us some potential to plan before encountering any of them. Have other groups also been trying to find them in their planes?
There you go, that should be fine. Yes, but it's hard to lure them out.
Because the two we met were summoned. Actually, I will find on my phone a picture of the rune thing that was used in the summoning stuff. Have you seen this before?
So this is the runes from the ground?
On the card things for summoning them in the Seelie and the Unseelie by the weird people flesh things.
Yes. He says... That is... I'm not sure whether I should be disrespected or impressed. It looks like an Ofuda, but inscribed on a playing card instead. Ofuda was what you did in your dream when you bound the dog. It's the paper talismans.
Yes.
So he says it looks like one of those, but inscribed on a playing card.
Actually, now you mention it, you're correct. Though I do not recognize the rune itself.
No.
Well, we have been researching it. So we have some leads, but you know.
He looks a bit close. He does the pinch thing to zoom in and looks a bit closer.
Welcome in, Ustra Ahazu, and never forget, the Pharaoh is always right.
Welcome in,
Hi,
Ustra.
Ustra.
Okay, then.
He says, it looks like there are multiple symbols on top of each other, similar to how in Japan we write kanji. Each part of the kanji is like different characters building up. So it looks like it has Japanese structure, but the individual symbols are not Japanese. Or Chinese for that matter, since many kanji is
well, Kaiju knows it's
shared.
Probably alien, so keep an eye out, because they used this to summon them, but they were in the same plane as them. So, but it does mean there are parties that wanna use Orochi.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're doing it with Orochi's consent is unknown.
He asks if this, if you have more pictures, if this was like the only card, or if there were more.
I probably had more pictures of this.
Yeah, so you show him the rest of the pictures, and
because we had some of those in. Did we showed that to some other people, but I don't remember if we also saw them different places, like me, the player.
No, you haven't. You haven't seen
in the lab.
You haven't seen this ritual or this anywhere else.
No.
But yeah, you show the pictures, and he says, and explain the situation, and he says, like, usually Ofuda are used for binding, not summoning. So there must be some element here that that you didn't spot or didn't manage to document. Let's see. I'm just thinking, because you did interrupt one ritual.
We interrupted one of them, but not the other. Both came anyway.
So there was because there were 3 rituals. Because they were supposed to summon the 2 heads at the same time, but you interrupted one, so only one of the heads summoned. But then after you left, they summoned the second head again, and because the second head came chasing after you, darkness.
Yeah.
Right, that's how it was. Yes,
Yeah.
We didn't see them at the same time. That's correct.
But they were supposed to be summoned at the same time.
We interrupted one of them, and then I think we looked a little bit at the scene of the one that was successful.
Yes.
Did we?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. So then you'll have pictures of the completed circle.
Yes. So I will show the completed one as well. And,
yeah. Maybe it's. He says. Maybe it's inverted. So instead of sealing, it releases.
Was the one, the lightning one, able to be on both the sealy and the unsealy side of the area when it was summoned?
Yes. It was able to be on both sides. I think, if I remember correctly, you killed it on the edge. Like, it finally died.
I believe so.
And its body faded differently because of the different time warping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it recognized one of the planes as its home plane, which I'm assuming is the one that they were sealed to, was sort of, it became its home plane.
Yes, because its thunder had absorbed Sealy.
Yeah.
So
it
it
became
did,
its home plane in mechanically.
Yeah, so it didn't fade from Sealy, but the part of it that had crossed over into Unsealy, what did begin to fade.
Yeah. Which means we should kill them in their home planes.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna be horizon walking. Sounds like.
Mm.
Seems like it.
Interesting.
So yeah, you learn of that. You did learn that they were hard to track and find, but there are parties in each of the planes looking for them.
Yeah.
He does say that Kaze, the one in the wind plane, has been sighted several times. It's but it never really stays around.
Right. I'm probably gonna ask for more info about that and see if I can get that sent to my phone later.
Yeah. He says that Akaishi, the one in Earth, has wiped out a couple of the hunting parties. Suki, Kayan have not been sighted at all. That's the ones in water and fire. And the hunting party that was sent to Hell was called back and aborted. So no one is looking for Ikari. Mostly because every hunting party that goes to Hell is in turn hunted by everything that lives there. So it's
okay.
As for Yude is in check, because Yude is in chains in Sekhmet's domain. That is the only one that is actually captured.
Right, and was there a reason they captured it instead of killing it?
Mostly because it's the strongest of the heads, and they didn't really know what to do with it yet.
Mm-hmm.
That is the main reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Double bot.
Double bot?
Come on.
It's the same bot, but it's different codes.
Yeah, I see. I'm just why is there you go. I guess. Yeah, I guess they're not messaged. Yeah, they're not visible because he did get banned. So yeah, that is the situation of all the heads that you learn.
Okay. That is very good info. So.
He also says that he has a gift for you to help you in your hunts, and follows you over to a smaller shrine in the employees area, and carefully unfolds a cloth from the table. And underneath it, you see that there are ofudas, and there are like carving tools and inscription tools, and inks, which you can tell is magical. They have a faint sheen to them. And there is a shikigami, which I explained to Martin earlier.
Mm-hmm.
paper spirits lying in the center as well.
Oh.
Truly? And he says to you that I feel like I need to give you some sort of tools or aids, anything I can to help you in your battle. I am still applying for permission for something stronger, but this is what I can do, at least without permissions from Semi.
Well, this is a lot already. Thank you very much. And I give him a bow as well.
Yeah.
As I inspect more of the items.
So he explains to you that he can use these tools to bind the Shikigami to your cane by inscribing along your cane. This is your relic seed.
Yay!
You still spend your agent points, of course, but it's happening because you spent them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, basically he'll use the magic ink and inscription tools to inscribe runes and symbols along your cane, and then bind the Shikigami to it to awaken it as a seed. And yeah, there you go. And as I mentioned with the others as well, I think I remember, I could be wrong, but I think I remember the reason, Alistair, that you have 2 gifts is because you passed a crafting check, which let you start with 2. And Emerlon, you, instead of 2 gifts, you chose to start with the 2 aspects.
Yes.
Yeah, because Zara only has 1 aspect right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will allow, because of that crafting check that you guys did, I will allow you also, Fapok, to start with either 2 gifts or 2 aspects.
Ooh,
when you make it.
Does having 2 aspects do anything right away, or nothing
Nope.
yet?
Technically, the best option is to have 2 gifts. But it doesn't, because the aspects is basically which gifts you can pick.
Right.
But for Alistair to gain his 2nd gift, he will have to, we haven't decided if you can just buy it or not, but according to the Pathfinder rules, the official way to do it, gaining your 2nd aspect is not straightforward. Gaining gifts, you just get every level, but to gain the 2nd aspect, you need to achieve something in the story or whatever.
Okay.
Right. So gaining gifts
minor
is
gifts, I think.
Yeah. So then you get 2 minor gifts to pick.
Okay.
And you don't have to pick that right now, but you have it. You can decide until next session.
Okay.
You will spend some time, and he will inscribe this and bind a Shikigami to your cane. And since it's a cane sword, it is technically the sword part as well. Because it's 1 item. So yeah. Then we will go back to Zara, and we will be wrapping up soonish, I think.
Okay.
Zara, you have this massive tome which you are browsing through, and you found the section and the chapter on Shinigami. And it's rather, as I said, it's rather what's the word? Detailed, I guess. Rather detailed.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ask me some questions. Preferably specific, so I can actually answer and not just like tell me about Shinigami.
Yeah, tell me about Shimigami. Okay, no. Ren. Is there any mentions of Ren in particular as a Shimigami?
No. There are mentions that it is known that Shinigami are individual and they can have names, though very few in history have actually introduced themselves. And it does list a couple of names, but Ren is not one of them.
Okay. Okay. How can they be like what happened with who was her name again? The one that got connected to it. Like, how can you form such a bond? Is that
Zoe?
a normal thing that happened? Yeah, Zoe. What is that something that has happened before? That somebody's bonded with one?
There is one documented case of a Japanese hero of folklore who was said to be immortal. And in this case, it mentions that a local priest believed he saw a Shinigami watching over the hero. That is all. It doesn't mention anything else related.
Okay. That is just watching over. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about any information regarding why how you may appease such a Shimigami? To if you were to come into contact with one and would need to be like, hey, we friends, yo.
It doesn't mention specifically how to appease them because they are not malevolent. But what you do read, and Laura's book helps you interpret, is that Shinigami have a purpose. They are sent to guide lost souls back to the underworld, to death. They the few times they do interact with people who are not dead, it is to accept offerings to bring with them to the afterlife. It's like you don't try to appease your bus driver. You just let him do his job, right? It's kind of like that, or a taxi driver, right? It seems kind of like that. So there's no mention of needing to appease Shinigami, more just let them do their job, don't get in their way, and be respectful. The only exception to a Shinigami being sent to collect a soul is the mention of the Japanese folk hero who a Shinigami was observing and watching over. That is the only mention of any Shinigami who was not just a collector.
Do you guys have any ideas of questions then?
You do have the name of this folk hero, but I'm not telling you right now.
Yeah.
Zara knows.
Okay.
But you as a player, I don't want to reveal it yet. Because you're not with the Japanese people who might recognize the name. So when you meet up with Brian Kaito, I'll tell you.
All right.
Well, let's be real. Rai is not gonna recognize that as Kaito.
Fair.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, go on.
So yeah, you can still ask more. As I said, it's an in-depth, detailed book. You can ask me more about Ren specifically, or you can ask me more about Shinigami. You can also ask me their stats and stuff. Like this book has a lot of information.
What level are they?
Yeah. Good question. What
Yeah.
level are they?
So their estimated power level is over 9,000. No, is
On
as
a grade of 1 to 20.
as you hilariously said, and is one of my clips on Twitch. It's over 9.
Yeah.
It's over 9, and no. It ranges, but the like in Pathfinder terms, it's over like 10 plus at least.
Yep. Okay, so pretty high.
So very strong.
What's the relation to Duskwalkers? Would they be like, oh, you cheated the system or something, and so fuck off?
So yeah, so the you're not quite sure what Duskwalker, like how to look for a Duskwalker in this book. So lore
a resurrected person.
Yeah, lore does a bit of digging and finds the resurrected, the returned, or the more common Japanese term would be the unsent, or Duskwalkers. He finds this for you, and then you look through the book again on Shinigami and find that in general they do not like the unsent. If Shinigami is sent to collect someone and they stumble over a revenant or malicious unsent, then they will destroy them. But if a Shinigami stumbles upon an unsent who is not hostile or malicious or sinister in any way, who is someone who is simply unfinished business or returned for some other reason, then the Shinigami will not interrupt, because that is not their quarry. That is not their task.
Okay.
Though they might look down upon them still as like, you're not my job, but you're not right, kind of.
Yeah.
Like an off-duty cop looking at someone stealing candy. It's like, that's... Shouldn't do that, but I'm not at work. Probably not a good example, but
no.
Yeah. So what you gather is like a Shinigami would probably look down on you, like someone clearly hasn't done their job, but you're not my assignee.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not my assignment.
So no outright hostility, at least. That's good.
No.
Okay. Then yeah, I think I might think of something later, but for now I don't have anything.
Yeah. I will tell you something else that you learn. They do Shinigami can speak telepathically. They can teleport, walk through walls. They are basically incorporeal spirits.
Yeah.
While there are not really any documented cases, it is believed that they can. They are equally as good at protecting as they are attacking. Though the documented events of Shinigami striking down, for example, a revenant, a hostile, malicious, resurrected person, it mentions that they are extremely combat capable. With multiples of weaponry.
Are you telling us we don't want to fight a Shinigami?
Yeah. That feels like a thing that's being communicated.
Apart from the fact that they can move very quickly and teleport, it does seem like they are strictly melee, though. They don't have spells
so just snipe them
per se.
Sniping. Okay. Kill. But yeah, and I'm good.
Yep. Yeah. That is Zara. Rai. You, I assume, aren't going to do much else. You're going to spend the evening.
Yeah, not gonna do much else now. I sent you a message about something else I want to do while we're in Japan, but there's plenty of time for that.
Yeah, I saw that. You could, I think probably like you just think that you just had a long day with your father and
I
uncle
don't feel like I'm
and
doing that today.
Food and a bit of sake, and you probably just get a head start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
So yeah, then I'll get back to you in a moment. Kaito, you and your master finishes the inscription, and he promises that if he can do more to help, he will. But the world of the supernatural is vast, and in the eyes of Seimei, he is but a priest in a small shrine. So while he has sent the applications, there's not much else he can do right now.
Kaito thanks him for all that he has done, and appreciate it all the same. And maybe spend the rest of the night probably there, or like go visit some family.
Mm-hmm.
So. He travels back the next day.
Yep, just let me find something. So yeah, as you leave the employee area, you get into the shrine, the central shrine section. And while you were busy inscribing, the rest of the Mikos and priests have decorated the shrine a bit. And you see a big banner that says, "Congratulations, Hachio Shigosha." And you hear the pop of a bottle of booze as
Kaito tries very hard not to cry.
as everyone wants to have a little celebration with you.
He joins in on the celebration. He is very honored, I guess. Like, he's like, oh my gosh, really? What? So, a bit flustered, and tries to hide it.
Tries not to cry, proceeds to cry.
Yes. Remember what I said as well, that every worshipper of Susanoo can sense that you are Ishugosha. So these people have like this innate, like that. Even if they're not supernatural themselves and they don't understand it, they still have this innate feeling inside of them that you're one of the good guys. You're here to, like they just get this feeling that you are there for them, kind of, because of this aura that you now emit. So of course they're gonna celebrate.
Yeah.
You're kind of the local hero in this temple, at least. So yeah, you celebrate, have a bit of a celebration there. It's not like super over the top party. It's more like a polite, formal. We have a couple of bottles spread around that people can have and discuss and congratulate you, and there's some snacks and stuff. But it's like maybe a 3 hours or something at most kind of party. It's just a polite thing. So yeah, in the evening you get to travel home to family nearby.
Yeah.
And meet up with them. Who specifically is it you're going to? Mom and dad?
Probably
or
my parents, I would say. I would say at least one of them work at the temple as well, so one of them might have seen me.
They would have
back,
been there
and I probably
at the
have
party.
messaged them as well.
Yeah.
I definitely updated them a little bit on Rai.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna. I was
Rai.
gonna ask that they ask about Rai as well.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Rai is meeting her other side of her family. I think her dad and stuff back in Kyoto. I take a selfie with the kids and then with the kids with my parents, and I send it to Rai.
You get a thumbs up emote back.
Wow. They ask how long you're staying in Japan for, of course.
A couple of days, but probably not too long. We have the other ceremony in 2 days, and then I'll have to check with the rest. I'll keep you informed. Of course.
She, or your parents, whoever, which one, either one, doesn't matter. Asks, or says, like, if you're still here in 2 weeks, I know it's a lot to ask, but if you're still here in 2 weeks, it is a full moon, so he would love if you and Rai could come up for the Tsukiyomi festival, which is the moon god.
That would be amazing. I'll try and make it. Of course.
It's not like super high, like something every Kitsuna does, but the moon is sort of somewhat sacred to Kitsuna as well as other shape changers. So you know that it's the Kitsuna side of the family that wants to celebrate the full moon.
I'll shoot a message probably immediately to Ryan, just like, Tsukiyomi Festival, 2 weeks. You joining?
Okay, so you get an emoji of the moon and emoji of like blessing hands up.
Yes, and I go blessing hands back. And then I turn to my parents and go, yeah, she's in.
Also, we have now established if you ever text Rai for anything not work related, she will only answer you in emojis.
Yes.
I have learned to in the like year between the training and like we becoming agents, I've learned how to talk to you in that way.
So yeah, you spend the rest of the evening with your parents.
Yeah.
And then it is the next morning, and we are going to stop here, but one thing I would like to do quickly is
Ara would like to tell everyone what the findings are from the the vibe. Yeah.
Exactly. So Kaito is not here, but
I'm on my way back, but like
yeah,
it takes 4 hours driving, so I'll probably message you guys. I'll be back by lunch.
yeah. But for breakfast, Rai and Zara, Zara can explain your findings over breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And Rai, you do recognize the name. While
okay.
While you're not very learned, it is a name that you do recognize. Simply because of adjacency and stuff. Because, Zara, you explain that the only documented case of a Shinigami guarding over a person, or watching over a person, was a Japanese folk hero called Susanoo O.
Okay, right, yeah.
And you, Rai, you recognize that, of course, because you know it's what your cousin worships. It's Kaito's god.
Well,
But and you say, and you obviously point out that, but the Shinigami wasn't watching over God. The Shinigami was watching over a hero, a folk hero, and I think, Rai, you know enough of the legend to know that Susanoo O didn't become a god until after he killed Orochi the first time. So he used to be mortal.
Yeah, we gotta tell Kaito about this. That's important.
So okay. So now this might be relevant to the whole Orochi story then, perhaps.
Yes. Everything is interconnected with everything here, apparently.
Yeah.
And before, we haven't told Kaito yet that I want to go to the plane of air, and that's where the next head is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. There you go.
Interesting.
That's why I wanted to hold back on the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with that,
Right.
we are ending the session.
Hmm. 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 Good timing, actually.
Yeah. So I will do agent points and XP off screen. But for stream, it is still quite early in the day. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to end stream, and then I'm going to make some food and go to the store because I need to buy some stuff. And then I'll probably start stream again in the evening, a bit later on, for some gaming. So I'll be back later today.
Be careful not to get swept away in the storm.
Yeah, it's not that windy where I am right now, luckily, but yeah, definitely.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
It is hellish.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll definitely dress warm and go to the store. But yeah, I will be back later then for gaming. I did install and make sure it runs Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, the first one that was on PlayStation 2. I did install that and make sure it runs, so I might start that because I want to give it that playthrough. If not, I'll probably do some Abiotic or Path of Exile. I'll decide while I'm at the store. But thank you for playing, everyone. Direwolf, this was fun. and we'll have to discuss in Discord when we'll be back for the next session. The normally scheduled one is next weekend. We could.
I have work, so that
You have work? Okay. So in 2 weeks then, roughly. We'll discuss that in Discord, at least. Yeah, not much else to say. I'll do XP and agent points off stream. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you later today. Bye.
Bye.